Two podcasters in the modern day are suddenly whisked through time and space to a world known as the Ghetto Era, an alternate timeline of Japanese history where hip-hop meets feudal Japanese culture. Watch as the nonchalant Selikujo works hand in hand with the energetic Juice Lee in order to spread the word of the legendary Cuban Links.
Yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's none other than the illustrious Juice Lee of the indestructible Cuban Links, and I'm here with a wonderful guest today. How you doing, Mr. 8BitFist?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're doing great. Living life, man. Living.
That's what I'm talking about. Number vibes over here. Good times, good times. So what's good, y'all? It's your boy Juice Lee, a.k.a. Juice on Literature, a.k.a. the Porter Prince, a.k.a. Mr. 5 Stars, 5 Étoiles, 5 Estrellas, and Funfisten, and Piercy's Vaccine for all my Latvians out there. And we're here to talk with the one and only Mr. 8BitFist about his video game hot takes and see and get to learn a little more about the legend. You know what I'm saying? But before all that, let's get into them news. All right, let me get that. Oh, first things first. We actually got some updates on the GTA 6 leaker. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's going crazy. He's going crazy.
She telling me, man, he's moving like the Joker, bro. Like,
yeah.
Let me see. So far, boom. So the first piece of news, the GTA 6 leaker has shown no sign of slowing down as the 9th gameplay video hits the internet. GTA 6 leaks have stretched into a 6th consecutive day as the person or group responsible shows no signs of slowing down. Even in the face of court action from Rockstar parent company Take-Two. The latest leak is the 9th GTA gameplay video to emerge this week. 9 videos in 1 week is kind of crazy. From the CyberLeak persona. It shows one of 2 protagonists driving to a gas station to cause havoc. There, he steals a pickup truck from a conspiracy theorist. The video ends with another brief look at the same cutscene shown in the gameplay videos that were leaked yesterday. And as with all the GTA 6 leaks, this gas clip advertises the CyberLeak token at the heart of the cryptocurrency scheme that is believed to be the motivating factor behind all of this. So pretty much, for everyone else at home, long story short, some person or group by the name of CyberLeak has gotten their hands on GTA gameplay. Somehow they got their hands on a build and they've been showing off gameplay footage, and pretty much they've been incentivizing, like, donating to their cryptocurrency meme coin in order to get the next videos out. And in this case, I ain't gonna lie, like, from the outside looking in, it looks like something that's super revolutionary, that's very fight the power, but it's feeling like some LARP on my end. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like someone's just trying to, like, run off with the bag and use, like, Rockstar, and use the hate for Rockstar to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, that's the case for most of these hackers, right? Most of the hacker groups kind of come off as if they're trying to do something noble or something dope, but realistically, they're trying to get money and fame.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because, like, it sounds like it really seems like it's all just a money grab, and I think that's the worst part of it for me, where it's like, if we get, like, co-opted by this, like, oh yeah, no, the legislation that could be behind this is gonna be crazy. But apparently the original story started on August 22nd of 2026. So the alleged GTA 6 leaker released 2 gameplays despite Rockstar owner Take-Two subpoenas requesting identifying information from Microsoft and Discord. The CyberLeak person or group released 2 videos today, one showing a supercar gameplay and an armed robbery, the other being strip club gameplay. The latter appears to talk to Take-Two and Rockstar by showing a snippet of a cutscene in which a character says they need to take a leak. This is the second cutscene to emerge this week, and the girl concerned that leaker has access to a build of the game and may post significant story spoilers.
I think when he posts the stories, I think that's when public will start to turn on him a little bit more. Because I think at the end of the day, I don't know if people want to see spoilers of the story. Right? There's some people that's just like, burn it all down. Who cares? I hate everything. But I think the fans were excited. They're having fun looking at it. Once those story spoilers start to come out, I think a lot of them would be like, "Hey, bro, like, come on, man, now you just ruined the game for us."
Yeah, I think that hopefully that is the case, because it's clear that he's using this. It's clear that this the sensationalization, right? The like, just like he's using like the shock value of this to make money, and that's a lot slimier than what Rockstar is doing even.
Yeah, it's up there. It's definitely up there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely up there. Oh, wait. And then just to follow up, they talk about how Grand Theft Auto fan uses digital forensics expertise to expose GTA 6 leakers' crypto scheme. So it's running super duper deep. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just going to read this little snippet and we'll continue to the next piece of news. Pretty much a Grand Theft Auto fan has exposed what very much looks like a cryptocurrency scheme underpinning this week's GTA 6 leaks. This week has seen 5 alleged GTA 6 gameplay videos alongside an image of a full map by a person or persons called CyberLeak. And in this case, the leaker even announced a poll to determine the next leaked video, but you can only vote by sending the meme coin. So yeah, this is definitely a big old finesse. I ain't gonna lie. This shit's gonna be,
that voting with meme coin is crazy.
Yeah, I would say like the easiest way to not get caught. Let me see what's next. We are gonna talk about not this one. Let me see. There we go. Games. Oh damn! Marvel's Wolverine Limited Edition PS5 controller is still available for pre-order, but it may sell out. Have you been keeping up with the news about Wolverine and all the gameplay videos?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not really big on it, you know what I'm saying? But
That's fair.
I've been watching. Yeah.
No, for sure. Like, shout out to the homie CRT Craig. He made some very convincing arguments about how Wolverine, like the new Wolverine game, isn't as visceral or as like action-based, like it's not isn't as action-based, or like there are a lot of action games that are older than Wolverine that do a lot better job of like showing like the carnage and violence that Wolverine should be causing, you know what I'm saying? And I think I can kind of agree, like given like even like Wolverine Origins, I think that what we're getting with Wolverine is not bad, but I think that it's definitely something that's like more about the spectacle. There we go. That was what I was looking for with the last video. The spectacle. It's more like the spectacle, just like, oh, Wolverine's doing this, and there's less of a fluidity of combos. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking where this Wolverine has the best chance of shining will be in his story. I don't think his gameplay, his combat will really be that crazy, but if they really lock in on some real emotional depth with Logan and like his PTSD and all that fun stuff, I think it could actually be really, really cool as far from a story standpoint. Oh no, I agree. Especially since we know that Jean Grey's a part of it and things of that nature. I think that there's a lot of chance for them working the romance angle, because in the comics they be together every now and again. You know what I'm saying, in between the Scott Summer saga.
for sure. And most importantly, I think the some of the writers from Spec Ops, I believe, is writing it, which was Spec Ops The Line from back then. You know what I'm saying? And that game has some pretty cool, some pretty interesting commentary going on. So if they could lock that in with this, then it could be really cool.
Oh, for sure. I have high hopes. But if anything, even more so, the controller design, I'm gonna lie, it's not what I expected. It's not bad. But I think even the gameplay, even the controller, is kind of reflective of the gameplay, where it's like, it's not bad, but like, this is Wolverine. We expect a little more, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like a little use of the X motif. Like, even better, if it was a Wolverine face on the touchpad, murdered the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost had it.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's a cool design, but it ain't. You know what I mean? It ain't super duper. It's not giving Wolverine that much.
Exactly, and even more so, looking into this so far, we see that the controller is going to be for $89.99, $84.99 on Amazon. Shout out, and then let's see how much it is at Walmart. Walmart $84.88. Okay.
Yeah.
Best Buy. Let's see. $84.99. So it seems like it's about a difference of like a cent so far from like some of the major retailers. Oh, they want to make sure I'm a real person. And and $84.99. So it's looking like your best bet if you want to put a low ski, like it's not really the low ski at all. Like would be Walmart, which makes sense because Walmart's a $1 billion company, so I feel like they'd have like the manufacturing power to like just be like, okay, we'll cut you a break on like a cent for this controller, but like even then. It's the fact that this is also like the regular PS5 controller, as opposed to like the Portal or like the not the Portal, but like the Pro Sense and all that.
DualSense Edge, yeah.
Yeah, I would say in that case, I feel like they could have done better overall. Let's see, what's the next piece of news that we're gonna hit y'all with, and it is going to be, all right. So we got three options here. Are you feeling like a Metal Gear Solid story, not using ultra graphic settings, or the Pokemon ETBs?
Let's see what that ultra graphic setting is hitting on. I'm curious what they got to say about that.
Oh no, for sure. Let's see. So ultra graphic set. Oh, stupid ads.
I heard that
ultra graphic set. I was like, I don't even know what the Daywalker is about. I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit later just to make sure I'm not dissing a potentially top tier game. So they pretty much ultra graphic settings are a scam. Why high is good enough, if not better, for most players. All right, so clearly this is more of an opinion piece, but they talk about how most games don't actually need to be played at ultra setting to look good. They don't even need to look great. The latest upscaling technologies are fantastically good at emulating higher resolutions, and often the difference between ultra and high settings isn't something that's noticed if pushed too low. As an experiment, the writer turned down the settings on a bunch of great-looking games to see how much difference it really made. Not only was it hard to find any obvious visual differences in most of the games tested, but the performance went up dramatically, and the smoother frame rates were well worth the minimal sacrifice. And in this case, let's see. So they were using an AMD Ryzen 7950 X3D and a Power Color Red Devil RX 7900 XCX, and they have one of the fastest gaming CPUs on the market and one of the fastest graphics cards that AMD ever made. It's not quite the RTX, but it's worth something from what they say. Pretty much, they also talk about when you throw in FSR upscaling and a little frame generation to smooth things out, it would go for a better picture. So let's see. In this case here, okay, so the ray tracing, overdrive settings, and 4K resolution, path tracing and things. So this is the cookie slideshow mess, 20 FPS at best. I don't know what. Hang on, sorry, my phone was tweaking for some reason.
Gotcha.
Let me see. Let me get out of that. And
like a boom from JoJo Bizarre.
yeah, okay. There we go. Alright. Yeah. So pretty much in this case, they talk about how the game was a clunky mess, but no, I honestly don't see any. I don't see any difference at all, really. And then here's where they turned it down. So the ray tracing makes it look stunning, but they don't even see really much of a difference. And in this case, I feel like this should be something that it is discussed more often, because a lot of times I feel like a lot of like even PCs are upsold on like being able to like see something in like 60 frames per second, when really like 9 times out of 10, like you can just keep it at mid and you'll be just fine.
Facts.
Yeah, so I am appreciative of this, but also this is more of an opinion piece. So I think that there's a lot less like objective control besides like seeing the pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that case is like, it's a dope article, but I feel like an opinion piece, it shouldn't really, like, opinion pieces are cool, but like I feel like we need some numbers behind that besides like just seeing like, oh, this picture versus that picture.
I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Walker, let's see what this is about. Okay, it's like a vampire. It looks like a vampire flick, like Loki.
Yeah. Yep, literally.
Yeah. In that case, I might have to do a review on that later. But here's the thing, right? Last piece of news: the best deals today. And by today, they mean yesterday, because this was printed out on August 22nd. Time is running out to save on Switch 2 consoles before the price increase. So first, we've got Final Fantasy Rebirth that comes with a Magic the Gathering card for $34.99. So in this case, we're seeing that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth being released on Amazon at $34.99. And this physical version of the game includes an exclusive Zack Bear Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy card, which is perfect for fans and collectors alike. Okay, so in that case, the real value comes in the card because, like, to be real, like Rebirth nowadays, like they've been pushing that game out at all types of prices, especially on PSN. I ain't gonna lie.
Sure.
Like, have you played? Also, have you played on Rebirth?
I've not played Rebirth. I'm not really a big Final Fantasy guy, to be honest with you.
Really? What's more your speed?
I think Final Fantasy. I mean, once they go back to like full turn based, I think I'll be more likely to go back into playing it. Not that I think that the new current Final Fantasies are necessarily bad or anything. I just never caught the wind like from the beginning. Like this just wasn't really something I grabbed onto.
Oh no, that's fair ball for real, because I think that a lot of what Final Fantasy has been like, a lot of what Final Fantasy does depend on like how your relationship with it was. Sorry. You know, because in my case, I know that I grew up on Final Fantasy. I grew up playing Final Fantasy 7. I watched gameplay of Final Fantasy 8. Like, my brother would play that game, but I wasn't supposed to because I was too young. And I would eventually get my hands on Final Fantasy 10 and play that all summer long. And so I had time to really fall in love with it. And not to say that like it was unavailable to other people, but I can understand, like in my case, like I rock with it a little bit because Final Fantasy Rebirth has shown itself to be a pretty good looking game. I'm not gonna lie.
For sure. I mean, and that's why I will say, once Final Fantasy Resonance comes out, because I'm a big Octopath Traveler guy, when Final Fantasy Resonance come out, I will probably partake in that. I'll probably partake in that.
I think so. It seems like you're the kind of guy, like if you play an RPG, it's got to shake something. You know, it's got to break the mold.
No, for sure. Like I'm open to going back to maybe 16, checking out. I think the last one I did play was 15 though. I played 15. I did like it. I was fucking with 15. I didn't like it enough to go to 16 though. Nor play
that is fair.
Yeah.
Like for me, I played 15, and I'll be honest, it got up to one of my top 3 Final Fantasy games just off of the depth of story alone. Like the fact that the world was actively affected by the politics that was going on, and also just like the depth of the visuals, and then honestly the gameplay, the different weapons you got to use, making your own combos and stuff like that. I think that they did a really good job of like mixing RPG elements with like the free roam combos, because there are situations where like you could be putting belt to ass on a monster, but if you're like level 23 and they're level like 50 or something, that's just gonna tickle to them, and then they're just gonna swat you once and you're cooked. And I also like how they really emphasize on like the exploration aspects, the food and all that. Like, also shout out to their Cup Noodles collaboration. Final Fantasy 7, a really dope Cup Noodles collaboration.
Yeah.
Next, we have Resident Evil Requiem for $53.99. I'm actually playing this right now. This game is hot fire. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's been gas from jump. Like, even playing as Claire, when I tell you that I was so used to playing as Leon and just like shooting motherfuckers without blinking, but to actually get to the point where I have to like think again and hide and slide around motherfuckers, well, I was
it looked like it brought the horror back. I will say my second biggest video game gap behind Final Fantasy is probably Resident Evil. It's like one of the games that I played. I think I forgot which one. I played one of them back in the day, but after that, I just never really kept up with playing them.
No, that's fair, because I think with Resident Evil, like as opposed to Final Fantasy, Resident Evil Resident Evil is a beautiful game and it's made a wonderful name for itself. But unlike Final Fantasy, like Resident Evil has just now started to like pierce the mainstream with like all the jokes and references and stuff like that, as opposed to like Final Fantasy, to where games have been making Final Fantasy references for years now. Right. And I think that kind of like, not to say that you're just not all that into it because you never played it as much, but to say that like I think like with Resident Evil, it's great for what it is, but it's never been a household name. It's been very much a cult classic.
for sure.
Yeah, let's say niggas that's playing Resident Evil or the same ones I was playing the Silent Hill 2 remake and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, and I think in this case, let me see. Oh, DLC is the plan to be released in the future. Okay, cool. So there's gonna be DLC for Resident Evil Requiem, which is great because I'm close. I think I'm like near the middle part because I'm playing as Leon again. And now we have the Nintendo Switch 2 for $39.99. And I ain't gonna lie, like this don't make me want to buy the Nintendo Switch anymore, especially given like everything I've heard about it so far. I'm like, you gotta, Nintendo Switch gotta show me something. I ain't gonna lie.
Classic Bloods, Donkey Kong, and Orbits are the 3 only games that are making me even interested in the Switch 2.
That's fair.
I'm not trying to pull that trigger yet. Oh no, I'm lying. And fucking Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem looks fantastic.
Okay, now I'm getting a lot more complete picture about you. Yeah, nah, you the type of dude. Yeah, you the type of dude who like. Yeah, you the type of dude who knows this shit. But like, not to say I didn't think that before, but like. Sure. You like being a Fire Emblem nigga? Oh yeah, nah. You a different you a cigar type of nigga. You ain't a cigarette type of nigga. You one of them.
For sure.
No, okay, for sure. I
gotta get over there, man. I might have to cop for that. I might.
No, and that's fair. The Fire Emblem's been an amazing series so far, especially on the Switch. And next news is Neo 3 for $39.99, and I ain't gonna lie, like. Neo 3 has probably been one of the best Neos that I've played because, for one, it feels a lot more accessible. It's still harder than a motherfucker, and God forbid you run into that big ox-looking thing with the big belly but the skinny in the body type shit. Yeah, God help you if you run that motherfucker. But it's a lot easier to play than the other few, especially with that little demon form or whatever. I think that Neo definitely sets itself apart with that accessibility factor. And I think, we got Final Fantasy Remake Intergrade. But I'll be honest, in this case, just get PlayStation Plus. You get that shit for free.
Oh, does it? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like at this point, they are throwing that game at you. Like, you just get that shit for the free ski. Ooh, are you a Civilization type dude?
I'll be trying. I'm terrible, but I'll be trying to play him. I
feel you.
Yeah, I'll be trying.
I think my biggest thing with Civ, I ain't gonna lie, like after one bad negotiation, I'm down to smoke something. I ain't gonna lie, I've been beefing with niggas, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Especially like, you say?
No, so I'm just trying to, I gotta get my bars up over there. I hop over there, you know what I'm saying? I'm usually the first to get out, and then, you know what I'm saying, that's it. So I just try and do online.
Online, them boys different. They different animals. I tell you, like those be the kids that like studied like at like the like student UN type shit, and then decided to jump in like them niggas be on it, boy. I never play. And the 2 places I'll never play online is Dragon Ball Z Fighters and Civ 7. Them boys demons.
Yeah, Fighters are my shit, man. I've been fiending them going back over there.
Oh, the DBZ Fighters?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Oh, who do you play?
16 Goku Black. This is way back in the day though, when it like first dropped. But 16 Black and Gohan.
I remember 16 was like the threat of the game with like those straight up like power armored grabs that just came through no matter what. That shit was disgusting.
Yeah.
And then just for the last piece of news, just because like there's a lot to go through. So we got Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Material Ultimania. So in this case, Material Ultimania, more insight into the world of Final Fantasy 7. So this is pretty much just like a Final Fantasy 7 like art book. Like this is like everything you need to know about the art and the design of Final Fantasy 7, which honestly, I ain't gonna lie, for 2846, sounds like a steal to me.
Yeah, high key.
Also, shout out to the one viewer right now, you know what I'm saying? 1 turns to 10, 10 turns to 100. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming through right now. It's lit. All right, so honestly, besides that, we got AirPods Pro 3 for $189. I'm not buying that shit anyway. But like, and then finally, for anybody who's got somebody who loves Legos, you can cop a Lego Tropical Aquarium for just $39.99. Have you ever been a fan of Legos, even the video games?
The video games I can rock with. The physical Lego joints, man. I leave it to my nephew, bro. He can go ahead and handle those. But
That's fair.
the games are fire.
I ain't gonna lie, like as you get older, like unless you're active, unless you just active like in love with Lego, like that shit starts to become more of a hazard than like a help or anything. But I love the Lego games in particular, especially Lego Star Wars. Oh my gosh, Lego, the newest Lego Star Wars games, the remakes, like where it's like all 9 movies. That's fun. That shit is extra fun. But if anything, that's the end of our video game news. Now we're gonna get to our anime news. And the first thing we're gonna talk about is let's see. I think we're gonna start with Agent Jupiter manga ends. This looks pretty cool. Oh, this looks real cool. Look, oh man, I in the cut with the party rocker shades on, boy. He in the cut, ready for it. Hang on, gotta add this thing in the web thing. Boom. All right. So, Comic Days published the final chapter of Yuki Kodama's Agent Jupiter manga on August 20th. Let's see what it's about. So, in this case, the story follows powerful Agent Jupiter, who retires in the Parallel World A after completing his quest of revenge for his sister in Parallel World B. While he intended to hide his power and assume a civilian life, a young girl appears in his life and turns his plans upside down. Okay. So in this case, what up?
Sounds very interesting.
It does. I ain't gonna lie. I wonder if his power is based on like blood or something, based on like the color of the sword. Let's see. Kodama Launch, Kodansha. Actually, before we get into this, let's learn a little bit more about Agent Jupiter real quick. Let's see. Agent Mokusei. Let's see. Oh, this is from the same dude who did Blood Lad, so it might be about blood. Let me look at this a little more. Agent Jupiter. Let me see. Let's see. All right, so characters. There's no character. What the heck? Hang on. Megadox. Let's see. So that man is the strongest agent, Agent Jupiter. Invisible Guardian hiding Invisible Guardian hiding in the Parallel World B side. After 15 years of avenging his sister, he charged with being an agent hiding superhuman powers. Okay. But what are his superhuman powers? Let's see. Alright. Let me see. This is the best we're gonna get. Let me see. Damn, ain't nothing about this guy. Shoot, I'm probably gonna read up on it just to find out. But yeah, so in that case, we'll probably learn a little bit more about him later. But yeah, so Agent Jupiter is ending today. This is a vampire. Okay, so Kodama launched the vampire comedy Blood Lad and Young Ace magazine in 2009 and ended it in just 2016. All right, and we see here. So these are just other works that Yuki Kodama worked on. Dang, I can't see. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, I guess it didn't last for too long.
Interesting. Yeah.
It was released. We have one. Yeah. It started last year, and the last chapter ended. And last chapter was printed.
Interesting.
This year. Damn, August 20, so 3 days ago. Damn, that's a short run.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
There's no plan to doing more, or?
Yeah, I would say not that I'm seeing. Because I think they explain, they give a synopsis, and then after they just explain other titles that were made by that same author. And I guess, hey, that's just how it is. That's tough. But let's see. Next, we've got Ooh, the second global One Piece character poll results are in. Are you a big One Piece fan?
No, I am not.
Really?
Not a huge One Piece fan. I haven't watched a single episode. However, I am gonna watch the live action. I'm alert like I watched it before, so we'll see.
Nah, get how you live, bro. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
But in this case, let's see what they talk about though. So the top 10 characters for the worldwide ranking are Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Nami, Law, Robin, Ace, Shanks, Mihawk, and then finally Crocodile. Honestly, the top 3 ain't surprising. I'm glad that Nami is in the top 10 because she deserves a lot more love. Something must have happened in Elbath, I ain't gonna lie. Law's amazing, but he just doesn't get enough good fights. Robin making the top 10 is wild. Like, not wild in a bad way, but like she wants to do some crazy shit. Ace, I got mad love for Ace. Shanks being number 8 is crazy. I guess he must have lost some street cred or something. Mihawk being number 9. I know they put him on Front Watch. And then Crocodile being number 10. Okay, I guess after the whole Luffy's mom rumor, maybe got high up in the ratings.
Interesting.
So now we're gonna go through the top 3 by regions. So in Japan, Luffy, Zoro, Mihawk. In the entirety of Asia, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, so the monster trio. In Australia, on the other hand, Nami will rank number 1, then Zoro, then Sanji.
Interesting.
In America, however, it was the monster trio once again. And in Central and South America, Luffy, the Brazilian character, got number 3 in his own hometown. Next, in Europe, we've got Nami, then Zoro, then Luffy. And in the Middle East, we've got Nami, Zoro, then Luffy again, which is surprising given how a lot of the Middle East tends to be a little more traditional about things, and Nami is far from traditional. But who knows? I mean, hey, when it's good, it's good.
Right.
And then finally, in Africa, it's Zoro, then Nami, then Luffy. That's pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie.
That is.
So in this case, the One Piece World Top 100 second ranking opened on March 4th and continued until June 11th of this year. So, and the poll included 1,567 characters across the One Piece franchise, with fans voting once per day. 6 protagonists looking at Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji took the top 3 spots, and the interim results in early May. Last year, Luffy and Zoro took the top 2 spots, while Nami beat Sanji for number 3. So Sanji just came back. Crazy shit must happen.
Right.
And in this case, during the voting period, the franchise released a special video showcasing the characters during iconic moments throughout the manga. We're not going to watch that. But I ain't going to lie. I do like how with One Piece, you can get really good results because the fan base is so big and diverse. Like anybody could be watching One Piece. Like that one nigga you scared of going next to, like who be chilling out front of the house. Watching One Piece right after you done something work.
For sure. Yeah. Now One Piece is just it's a behemoth of IP. Like everybody is getting involved, and it's only getting bigger. So
dead ass, it is like dog. Like it's like when SpongeBob was a thing, and then you find like the toughest nigga in your classroom was watching SpongeBob and knew what a goofy goober was, but still whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, man. Yeah. Let's see what's the next piece of news here. Next piece of news is going to be. Let me see. Girls cut. Oh, hang on. Let's try something interesting. Oh, Gotcha Girls core anime cast Ai Kayano and Rie Kugimiya. Staff for the anime of author Shin Kururi and illustrator Yatsutaka Isegawa's Gotcha Girls core light novel series announced 2 new cast members. Ai Kayano, who plays Shishua Alvi, a UR ranked priestess who is a healer but often goes berserk in battle. Let's hear her background. Let's see what she's about. Ai Kayano. Her non-anime roles included. Let's see. She was in Tales of Astria. Let's see what. She was Queen of Destruction and War of Brains. She was in Metal Senki, Dragon Mark for Death. Oh, she was Fee in Fire Emblem Heroes. She was in Phantasy Star Nova, Final Fantasy 14. Damn. Selma Kagura. Let's see. Yeah. But she was in Grand Blue Fantasy. And she was also the elaborate role of Puff Puff Girl in Dragon Quest XI as Echoes of an Elusive Age. Have you played Dragon Quest?
I played a little bit of Dragon Quest in the beginning, but I played a lot of Grand Blue Fantasy, I will say.
I do like Grand Blue Fantasy. Are you for the fighting game?
Well, I played both, but the fighting game and Relink. I actually need to get back in there for Relink after that new DLC.
Yes, the Ragnarok joint. I definitely need to get in there as well. I usually play with my boys, but the homies have been busy, so I've been just easing up on it until we all ready to link up on that. But who you play in the Grand Blue fighting game?
Who's my guy? I was doing. Damn, I forgot bro name. Let me see. I forgot.
Was it the dude? Was it like a bit? Was like a dude who was like a karate gion with like wraps on his fist?
No, I think most of them was. I mean, I feel like it was mostly Siegfried, but I think I wanted to move on to a new guy. But I was doing a lot of Siegfried work, to be honest.
I'll admit Siegfried's fire specifically because like most of his attacks just take up the screen. So like, what you gonna do? It's a block screen just him hitting square.
Facts.
Like a brother like me, I was playing Soris. I was playing Lancelot. I was playing the dude with the staff that like has like that counter stance, like he has like a little shield or whatever. I played a little bit of Shorty with the samurai sword, who had the two styles.
100%.
And then also just for the love of the game, I put some Cagliostra because that's what I mained in RE Link.
I was going. Oh yeah, she's dope. I was maining her too. But I wanted to main. I think after Siegfried, I was going to start labbing. What's that guy with the trickster guy? He has two. We have like a bunch of them, I think. And he has like a slide. He has this big install where he transforms into like this big ass fucking mech looking dude. I know
what you're talking about. I just forgot the guy's name.
Yeah.
Because the only dude I can remember that has like a big major install like that was the three brothers who were just a joke character.
Yeah, the three brothers.
Yeah, they were jumping in real. That shit was funny, but
yeah, it was annoying.
Nori love that for sure. Let's see. Next we have Rie Kugimiya playing Luna Vardas, an ultra-ranked vampire who is secretly a shut-in. And let's see who she has behind her. Damn. Okay, so Grand Blue Fantasy, Omega Strikers, Quiz Magic Academy. She was in Silent Hill Revelation 3D. Okay. Yo, she played Alphonse Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist in both in the Elixir, in the I forgot the name for this, but I just remember the Elixir part. In all three Fullmetal Alchemist games, she was Alphonse Elric. Okay. Let's see. She was in Catherine as Catherine. She was. Yo, she voiced 11 in Stranger Things.
Okay, now we're talking. Very cool.
And then even more so, nigga, she played Haruka. And hang on, let me see. And in every single iteration of Yakuza.
Interesting. Okay.
Including the mobile game. There was a mobile game.
Very fun.
Digimon Sabers, Idolmaster. She was in Fitness Boxing, Legend of Heroes. Damn, what didn't she do, bro? What the fuck? Oh yeah, damn, sorry. She done did she was in Fate Grand Order as Oda Nobunaga. Damn, she was Ritsuko Kuchika. Damn.
Yeah, nah, she do everything.
Yeah, I'll say, let me put some respect on her name. She got that shit. She got that shit for real. But in this case, let's see. And then the anime also stars Daisuke Sakaguchi, Miyu Tomita, and Iori Noguchi. So we're gonna look at Daisuke as the last person, and then we gonna get to the real reason why everyone here. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
Okay, so he was in Star Fox 64. Let's see. He was also in Summon Night Money Puzzle. Naruto Shippuden. Oh, he was in the Ultra Ninja series. But he was in Ultra Ninja 3, which I believe only released in like Japan and the UK. And then let me see. He was in God Eater. God Eater is a fire game on the line. Valkyrie Profile. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He was Poco. Oh, he was in the video game. Let me see. Next. Nigga. Bro played Stan Marsh in Japanese dub with South Park. That's fucking hilarious.
Random.
And then finally, he was Yuki Mishima in Persona 5. That was the Moon Confidant. Yeah. So now, bro, that's somewhere else. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to bro. He did his thing. Yeah. Are you big on gacha games or anything? Because I ain't gonna lie, this doesn't feel like anything I'm gonna watch, but it just seems like super interesting news.
I haven't watched. No, I'm not. I haven't played any gacha games. I'm actually staying away from them pretty actively. Like if I find out it's gacha, I'm out of there.
That's fair. I ain't gonna lie. As someone who survived Genshin Impact, gacha games ain't where it's at, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like shout out to those who play them. You know what I'm saying? But like, can't be me. I ain't gonna lie this way. But if anything, enough of that. Let's get to the reason why everyone's here. Yo, what's good? So we have to ask the major question first. Ronell, 8-Bit Close Fist. Where did that name come from?
Honestly, me and it started off as a podcast name, right? So me and the homie were coming up with podcast names, and we just wanted something that kind of can quickly resonate with people to help them understand that it was both a gaming podcast and a black ass podcast. So we just needed something that was quick, you know what I'm saying, that made sense, but it also wasn't too on your nose about it. So I mean, we just kind of, after spitballing literally in a room going back and forth, we kind of landed on that.
Oh, fire! That's way easier than how. I think that's way more thought than what we put into our name. Because, like in my case, me and my co-host Sel, we're both huge fans of Wu-Tang, as shown by your family behind me. We're huge fans of Wu-Tang. So from there, our two favorite artists from the group, mine was Raekwon, the chef, and Sel's was Ghostface Killer. So from there, we really just put our hands together. Like, okay, what was the album that they did together? Only Vote for Cuban Links. So we named ourselves with Cuban Links off of that. Yeah, but I do like how you guys were back corporate with it. Y'all went back and forth. You said, what can you really do to engage the audience? You know what I'm saying? Y'all.
It was going back and forth, man. It was a cool little session.
Yeah, no, that's fire. That's real fire. But if anything, next major question has to be, like, have you heard about the Sony blackout that's happening today? How you feel about that, man?
I support them trying to do it, right? I think anybody that's trying to tap into a little bit of activism, a little bit of standing up, a little bit of detaching from the a little bit of the corporate cycle, I'm all for it. Do I think it's going to be effective? If I'm being honest, not much. Do I wish there was more direction behind it? I do. Do I wish it was a little, you know what I'm saying, like a little bit more intentional and everything. And it's the worst time. And like people are gonna play 2K. People are gonna play. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna lock in on these games. Like so.
Yeah.
It's rough.
No, that's fair. I think you make a really good point because, like, you can say you want to do good, but doing good without knowing how to do good is just as bad as doing evil. You know what I'm saying? Because in that case, it's like, oh yeah, like I want to say that drowning person. You know what'll save them from drowning? These 2-ton bricks that are put on their feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, and I think that's the big issue here, where it's like everyone wants to do good without the understanding of what that good actually is. Because boycotting PlayStation is going to be great, but to boycott PlayStation at a pivotal point where so many games are coming out is very risky to be the most generous to the idea, because it would be like, oh yeah, let's boycott let's boycott like toilet paper after like a major Taco Bell event. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Like, you know,
right.
it's wild. Like you're pretty much like going against what you need done, because as much as a protest is supposed to interrupt, like it's supposed to interrupt like the company's money making, or it's supposed to interrupt what the company's doing or what the corporation's doing or whatever the target is. But if it's disrupting what the people are into, not to say like, oh, you have to make sure that niggas is comfortable. Yeah. Bro, you gotta make sure niggas is even ready to listen to you, bro.
For sure. And it comes across, which is understandable. You know, it comes across as kind of baby's first, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, protest, or baby's first, you know, boycott. And I get the idea, but again, like you were saying, it takes a lot of work, a lot of intentionality to like really make this type of stuff work. And when it doesn't work, it discourages like everyone, right? It just goes against the grain. Now it's just like, oh yeah, that didn't work. Now I'll never do it for anything ever. Remember when X, Y, and Z and Harry Potter, and I'll bring up PlayStation and bring up all these things to say, see, if boycotts don't work, I'm never gonna get myself involved. I'm done. You know what I mean? Like it just makes it very tough. So like I support the cause, I support the idea, but it's a little rough.
No, for sure. I think in that case, that's why more than ever, gaming has to be woke. Because as much as folks want to be like, oh, woke people are ruining games and da-da-da-da, some of the greatest achievements we've gotten through in mankind, we've gotten through woke motherfuckers, bro. Sure. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like all of them down there, you know what I mean?
Like dead ass. Like I can't think of one that wasn't done by a woke motherfucker. Like, and it's because being woke isn't this like, oh, make sure that you use the right pronouns when talking to your lamp, or it isn't like, oh, like yoga for Hillary Clinton. It isn't that shit. Being woke means understanding what the fuck is going on and understanding who you gotta work with in order to get that shit popping. Because like being woke means like, you know, Fred Hampton going across color lines, getting together like the young lords, getting together, you know, like rednecks and shit, and telling them, yo, you want to keep your GATS, you want to keep your ABC, you want to keep your EFG, let's ride out. And when people understand that, like that uniting idea, that's what galvanizes the cause. So what I'm saying is like, we got to talk to those gun and ball gamers. We got to talk to those wand and sword gamers. We have to be on the accord of like, it doesn't matter if you think Michael Jordan is beating Dovahkiin in a basketball game, or Dovahkiin's gonna like speed blitz Michael Jordan. What matters is that you understand that if y'all don't lock in, we're not gonna own our shit in a couple of years, bro. In a year, we're not gonna own our shit.
Next year you own it. Like, and again, like it's as things get even more convenient, it's going to be even more difficult, right? As things get more convenient, as things get more fun, as things get more interesting, it's going to be even more difficult. So like, you know, maybe not starting when things are the most fun, right? Like maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe kind of wick our foot in, getting things going, see the dips and their numbers, etc., to kind of build that momentum to something bigger, something crazier. But yeah, like you said, it's tough getting in at prime time.
Yeah, it really is. And that's why, and then also, I ain't gonna lie, bro, like in 4 months, it's about to be, not 4 months, it's about 3 months, Thanksgiving's coming around the corner. Black Friday's coming up.
Yeah.
Like, dog, this is we need community outreach more than anything. Like, yeah, we need to talk about how Sony sucks and da da da. But like, we need more boots on the ground shit. Like seeing what people actually feel about this than just like being like, oh yeah, no, we're ready, pull the trigger on this boycott, because folks don't really understand how boycotts work, the wiggle room on boycotts and stuff like that. Like,
and it's supposed to be like, I think it started off as supposed to just being for 7 days, which was a little bit more doable, into upgrading to indefinitely, which is crazy, which is just crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, it is, and I think that if it's gonna work, we gotta like it's gotta be like, once again, it's gotta be on the level. It's gotta be a person to person thing. It can't just be do this or you're not woke, because you're gonna alienate yourself, or and that's just worse than what's going on right now, because it's that alienation that pushes people to make these shitty decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what I'm saying? But at least that's how I get down on that. But next question has to be, since we're on the topic of video games, you are someone who holds a lot of non-conventional ideas about video games. And not non-conventional as in, oh, we need to put Link in a pink suit and have him pimp smack bitches, but more like you are someone who does not argue to the usual when it comes to games. You're very much someone who's willing to explore different things, and I think that has to be one of the main reasons why I had to have you on the show, because we are all about like showing those diverse points of views, and I think that there's no better way to do that than to discuss those. So I have to say, of your hot takes that you've made, what's one hot take that you think that, like, even if like 99.9% of people were just like, nah, this is not it, you're 10 toes down on it?
That's a good one. I think one of the more hot takes, which I feel like really shouldn't be that crazy of a hot take, but apparently it is. I think it's Fortnite being one of the greatest games of all time. I think that's a big one. That's a big one.
I'm gonna be for real. Like, anyone who thinks that's a hot take, like not even to be like insulting or condescending, but like, nigga, numbers don't lie.
Yeah,
like, you don't get you don't get permission to use like artists' music without having Spotify in between or record label in between without having some type of motion, bro. Like,
Like it, and the thing too, I think when people hear when I say the greatest, I think they think it's the best. I'm not saying it's the best. I just think it's the greatest, like one of the greatest, as far as it's like you said, it's a behemoth of a game, right? It moves needles across the board, across everything. It birthed some of our first popular streamers, right? Like major league streamers, right? With Ninja and all that type of things. It kept people. It has a low barrier of entry, the lowest, which was free, right? It kept people entertained for years, almost a decade of just like pure entertainment for people. It changed the game. It changed the game mechanics. It changed like the way kind of people looked at monetization for video games, which gets into my second take, which is that free to play games are inherently bad. It just did a lot. It did a lot for games, and I think that it would be crazy to not consider it for one of the greatest.
Oh no, for sure. And I think I agree, because I feel like it's like when people say oh, that like Bob Dylan was one of the greatest musicians of all time, and people are like, oh, what? Bob Dylan didn't write Back That Ass Up. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying by that, where it's like, you saying that like Fortnite is one of the greatest games out there. Honestly, it's very much, not only is it it's objective just based on the mass appeal and the influence that it's had. It's also objective because of the numbers, bro. Yeah. Like, if we're being honest,
for sure.
But now I want to look into that second. I want to look at that second opinion, because I think what flashed in my head when I hear that opinion was like, oh damn, he's got the broke nigga alert.
Right.
Ringtone on his phone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure. I think when people hear free to play, right, and live service, but mostly free. When they hear free to play, they think about its negative connotations, right? They think about how to monetize nickel and dime you, right? They think about battle pass, they think about a lot of that stuff. But free to play was a great alternative to the opposite, which was like kind of like subscription based games, right? Where like in order for them to like keep pumping out content, they would give you subscriptions and all this stuff, right? I think free to play allowed them to give you a low barrier of entry, right? Free game, literally, and you pay for the stuff that you want that were often just cosmetic, usually, right? Like that is, if anyone has said what that was as an idea, there would be very few people to disagree, right? As a gamer, right? You said this back in the day, we're like, oh, we're lit, let's do it. I just think that when that came about, there were some bad practices that kind of gotten attached to it that left people sour. And I think a lot of people just start being born in an era where that was a thing, right? A lot of people that was born in the Fortnite era that sees that as the new standard. So now they are going backwards for like, I just want to pay for the game and get everything included, right? Like that's kind of like where they're at now. When it's like, why wouldn't you want a free game and just pay for the stuff that you want? Now that they see like some of the bad stuff, they're like, oh no, instead of the FOMO idea of it all, just give me everything in one package. So I think that's where some parts of it comes from. But why in the world would we ever be mad at a free game?
I was like, I was gonna ask, I feel like getting mad at a free game is like evidence that in the words of like I forgot who originated, but I heard this from the Black Hole Kanye when he said, "You are under spells, people."
For sure, under spells.
Yeah, but you like niggas like, and it's gotta be because like to get like CIA indoctrinated to the point where you're like, oh yeah, no, like I want to pay for this game. Please, sir, let me give you money. Like let me prove how much money I have.
Literally, literally, like they automatically start to think that paying for more automatically think better, and that's just not the case. Especially when we're talking about video games, we still got content that was not fully in the game. We still had content that, you know what I'm saying, was canceled and buried in the disc and was leaked from, you know, from scrapers, and there's tons of stuff that still happened in games, right? So getting the game don't mean, like, for paying for a game don't mean it's more game necessarily.
Honestly, and the best example of that, I ain't gonna lie, once again, shout out to our book CRT Craig for this, but like Asura's Wrath, for as legendary and as impactful of a game as it is, where it's like take God of War and give it like straight up get a Indo-Japanese pink and all that, fire. But the fact that a majority of the game is hidden behind a paywall, where it's like the ending of the game was DLC that you could only get otherwise by getting all your synchronization moments together and all that. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was insane to me. Like the game actively ends like before you fight like the creator of the universe or whatever, if you just don't have the bag for it. That shit's nuts to me.
That actually was insane.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think in that case, like games like that break my heart, because like Asura's Wrath is a game that really did rewrite the game on your hack and slashes and your beat 'em ups and stuff like that. But for that to then just be like, oh yeah, like the biggest part of the game, the story, is behind the paywall. That's insane. That's insane to consider, to be like, yo, like you don't know what happens unless you watch this shit on YouTube or you pay out of your ass for it. Like, and even worse was the fact that like we could have gotten we could have gotten way more gameplay of Asura's Wrath. Honestly, Asura should have been included as a character in one of the Street Fighter games.
Oh yeah,
it's probably real.
I don't see how we have never seen him again. Like that's crazy.
Bro, like, and I'm not, and once again, I'm not trying to take no shine for nobody, but the fact that we got Tifa in a Street Fighter game before we got Asura. Yeah,
it's actually pretty wicked.
That shit is They are under spells. Like, that's insane. Like honestly, it's like if a company had a super talented actor and had a super popular movie franchise that literally started their series, and then they shelved that dude for so many years that they just gave up on the idea. Cough, cough, Marvel and Blade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
like it's giving Marvel and Blade just in video game form. And I think that, like, honestly, if I could write an open letter to Capcom, we need Asuras as a playable character in any of Capcom fighting games. And even more so, give us some more Asuras DLC. You will be surprised how many people will want it.
That would be very interesting. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't.
And honestly, my next major question has to be, for a man as opinionated as yourself, for a true maverick in the video game content space, not to glaze, but like, give flowers while you're still here, right? Like, as someone who actively is a maverick in the space, I gotta ask, what are your top 5 video game characters in order?
Characters, in order.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, we trying to learn about you, brother.
Yeah, man. Top 5 video game characters in order. I think number 1. I think who was my favorite video game character of all time? That is Wicked. Who do I love? I got some people in my head that I can ponder up. But who is number 1 definitively? That's tough.
Right. And I'll give you this, right? I'll give you 3 slots. I'll give you 2 slots. I can't make it too easy. I'll give you 2 slots per place.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna throw out some names and then I'm gonna place them up. So I'm thinking,
go for it.
I gotta go with my boy. Damn, no. Well, first I gotta go with Sly Cooper. He's definitely in there somewhere.
Oh, for sure. No,
that's my guy. Honestly, I think Crash Bandicoot would probably have to go in there as well. He's one of my guys. I think if we take a step back, then I'm thinking fighting games. I think Echo from League of Legends /2XKO is probably up there.
Nigga, I ain't gonna lie. I see where you're at, and I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, 4 people in the chat. What's good, 4 people? How we doing, baby? You just came at the right time. Oh, also, yo, I'm so sorry. Yo, KJ, he should have told me he was in here, bro.
Lit.
But yeah, no, please, as you were saying.
Yeah. I think Sly got to be in there. Crash got to be in there, just off legacy love. Sonic is probably going in there. He's just too cool. The classics, so Sonic, Sly, Echo.
Yeah, Crash. So Sonic, yeah.
Man, I honestly, do I really like him as a character? Like, I don't know if I really care for him as a character. I think there's side characters I like more. I'm thinking of CJ from San Andreas. Like, obviously, I loved it. You know, and that was my vibe. But I don't really know if I actually like him as a character, to be honest.
I ain't gonna lie. If you had to ask me, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Could have been any nigga.
Yeah.
That game could have been about Sweet. I ain't gonna
lie.
What I
mean? You know what I'm saying? Hey, actually, I think I like. Sweet, my nigga. I think I like oh boy, like as far as characters, I like Franklin's homeboy from 5 a little bit more, to be honest.
I know who you talk about.
Nigga.
Nigga. I forgot his name. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of his name, but I think I like him a little bit more. But number 5.
Oh, Lamar. It's Lamar. I just remembered it's Lamar.
Lamar was funny as fuck. Actually, Tiny Tina is actually up there. I love Tiny Tina from Borderlands. She's fucking hilarious. I think that's one of the most. Actually, and I think, okay, I got to redo this whole list because I think oh boy from Portal is up there too.
Which one?
The Portal from Portal 2, the side character. Not GLaDOS. What's that nigga name? Just because he was hilarious. I laughed the most I've ever laughed. Wheatley. Yeah, Whitley.
Yeah.
So to look at that list again, I think I gotta put Whitley up there. I gotta put Tiny Tina up there. I have to put Sly Cooper up there.
And then Crash and Slide?
No, I'm gonna take off Crash, and I'm gonna put Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank.
Oh,
Yeah. Then I gotta put my boy Sonic up there. But the thing is, I like Sonic mostly from other media, right? Like I like him from the shows. I like him from when he was, voiced by back in '98 or whatever, voiced by Jaleel White, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the Sonic that I like the most. So I don't know if it's right to put him in there for game characters, you know what I'm saying? So Echo is instead the last one there.
And that's fair, because I think in your case, what I like about your choices is that this is definitely like this is what I think makes you an impactful like voice in the space, because this is like you clearly are doing the work and like understanding why you like these characters. Because like I could say Ezio Auditore da Firenze is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
But I'll also explain that it is because Ezio Auditore da Firenze is one of the most impactful assassins in the Assassin's Creed series so far. For one, he's the one who's established a legit order, a brotherhood.
Sure.
He also had the most impact in the war for the Pieces of Eden, things of that nature.
Yeah.
But a lot of other people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Ezio cool, he fuck bitches." But like, you know what I'm saying? Like they are not really getting into the pieces. But the fact that you chose Ratchet as one of your favorite characters, you clearly are someone who plays games to understand them and not just say you played them.
Sure.
And two, like the fact you picked Ratchet, like you remember how games used to be, like back when back when strategy guides mattered for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like those like Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that, or like even Earthbound. If you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, that old nigga shit.
Really figure shit out, man. You have to just really was just stuck there. You know what I'm saying? Like exploring or some shit until you just figure something out, or else it wasn't happening.
And that's why I like newer games, like say like Days Gone. Oh my gosh, I ain't gonna lie. The main character, Deacon St. John in Days Gone, I think has to have been one of the most interesting characters for me, because even though they set that nigga up like they set that nigga up like an extra from fucking Sons of Anarchy, you know what I'm saying? But like actually seeing his character develop, like the fact that he's named Deacon St. John. Deacons, right? Deacons are like people who are guiding, who are spiritual guides, right? They're leaders. They're meant to lead. They're meant to like get you where you need to go and whatever. And Deacon St. John's main like thing was like finding people, getting them to camps, and punishing the wicked and stuff like that. And then you take a last name St. John, like John the Baptist, Jesus' own cousin. You know what I'm saying? The guy who was baptizing Jesus, right? And you take into account how like John's story has had him develop into someone who is able to see the good in the worst of people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that alone is like those are games that are worth having on a list. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be honest, I'm tired of people who are just like, oh yeah, this character's cool because he has like overperforming moments, or oh he's just unhinged.
Right. Or he's just super strong. Yeah, right.
Even more so, I hate when people are like I hate Frieza fans. I hate people who are like, oh, I like Frieza because he's a good villain. I ain't gonna lie. He's not even really that good of a villain.
No, for sure.
Like he's just a bad person. His entire motivation is racism.
Yeah,
His entire
literally.
motivation is ignorance of another group of people.
For sure.
You tell me that's a decent motivation? Like,
Sure.
you know what I'm saying? That is to say that, like, I feel a lot of times the word's gonna come up a lot. Spectacle. People like the spectacle of things. People like the spectacle of Ezio Auditore Nafonense. People like the spectacle of like characters that are unhinged and unfiltered. But when you break them down on like a literary analysis level, a lot of times those characters are hollow, but characters that are actually substantial, like you take into account like Ratchet's adventure as a Lombax and like learning about like how his skills as an engineer are applicable to help the world around him and shit like that. Like that's some actual depth, my nigga. And I'm not saying you gotta play like some J. Cole ass video game that was made by A24. Fuck no. But I am saying that if the only thing you can say about a character is all farming or unhinged, I'm not gonna listen to your opinion on that shit.
Facts. Yeah, 100%. Like I think a lot of times, especially nowadays, they like to keep it as shallow as possible. He had the biggest gun. He did the coolest move. So like that's just your favorite guy now. He's just angry. He killed a bunch of people. So
yeah, even better. Leon S. Kennedy from Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Is he a good character? You could have gave any motherfucker with that emo Bob a gun. I told that nigga do it back, so he was going to go back to it.
For sure.
He was just a motherfucker who happened to hold the gun at the time.
Right. But is he cool? I get it. He's cool.
Yeah. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he's my favorite character because he did a bunch of backflips or he stopped the zombie apocalypse. Because, like, I'll be real. We talk about, like, people who stopped the zombie apocalypse. The dude from Dead Rising 3, I like him the most. Because that's a character where you see an actual moral development or like moral growth in general as he's navigating this apocalyptic world where people have like lost themselves to the point of insanity and are waging war. You see someone who isn't like Joe Dead Rising. You see someone who's like actively like, oh yeah, this is crazy. What's going on here? He's reacting. He's feeling these things. And I think that's something that we didn't get from characters like Frank West and things like that. I know I'm going off a whole bunch of tangents, but I think like to bring it all back together is that, like the point to bring it all back together is that I enjoy how like your picks are picks that are picks from things that resonated with you rather than what's hot on the charts.
Yeah.
I know it's a very roundabout way to get to that question, but
yeah.
But I think the next question I have to ask would have to be, honestly, as a creator, what do you think is something that has to be consistent in your work? Whether it's an opinion piece, or maybe it's a skit, maybe it's gameplay. What's something that has to be consistent in your work?
I think at this point, one of my big pillars is I want people to discuss it. I want people to talk about it. I want people to think about it. Right. I think that's the main thing. I really want people. I don't want people to take anything that I've ever said as just facts, right? Like if you agree with it, that's one thing. But like think about it, you know what I'm saying, come to your own conclusion and then kind of rock with it. I want that. I want most of the stuff that I put out to create some sort of conversation that you can have off of social media, maybe, or even if it's with another friend on social media, etc. Like it gotta create a conversation or a space for conversation. That's really the goal.
No, that's powerful because I think conversations are important, and I definitely think that your takes are takes that cause conversation, especially because they're not takes that are made out of spite for another thing. They're very much takes out like, hey, this is how things are, and this is how I think they should be, and things like that. And I think that you do a really good job of making that making that a thing. I think that in my case, like I know me as a consumer, as a content creator, I'm someone who prides himself on making content that, like, it's gonna start a conversation, but I want content that makes an impact. You know what I'm saying? And even if the impact is like people see this and like, oh, he's just trying to appeal to, he's trying to get the hoes.
It's gonna happen.
Because I want conversation that's gonna shake shit up. a conversation that is like that may not start a conversation, but conversation is gonna make you think, why is he that bad? Why doesn't he like Leon S. Kennedy and stuff like that? That's I want something that's gonna make you ask questions. And so I think that I like how like your content is like very much of that parallel and that out of respect. And I guess the next question would have to be, like honestly, best question. Well, what got you into this? What got you into video game content creation?
Yeah. Honestly, it was I used to always listen to a bunch of different podcasts and stuff like that, but it was always a bunch of white dudes. So I was kicking it with the homie one day, and we were just talking about different things. At the time, he was creating controllers or like custom controllers and selling them and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
And we were just kind of yapping it up about video games. I'm like, hey man, this is years ago. I was like, we really could have some conversations going, because we were different, but we were similar. But we had like some different opinions on things, and he had a different perspective on things. I thought that if he's interested in hearing what we have to say, I think that there's some other people out there that would also be like, interested in hearing things from a different perspective that wasn't just like straight up white dude opinions.
Dead ass. Because I think like even more so because I mean, as much as white people, I think what makes that so impactful is the fact that like I think now more than ever we see the consequences of people like running off at the mouth that know what they're talking about. Because you have takes from people talking about how like accessibility settings in games are cheats. Yeah. Right. And it's like and like right. that has to be some of the most like brain dead stuff to say, because of like how like that's like that one not Kevin Hart, that one Cat Williams special where Cat Williams is talking about how like like Polo Tank, right? Like the the person with the paperclip legs, and like they were running a Olympic event, and they won. Yeah. But like they were like, the legs, it was an unfair advantage. And it's like, unfair advantage? The legs. And so it's like in that case, and it's like, and it's not even that, right? I could excuse it if people could actually back up what they say, but in that same video when they're like, it's like get actual wall hacks now. Right. And the most you get is like, so you get maybe like an indicator that someone's behind the wall. So that's a real good wall hack. Now shoot through that wall. Oh, you can't? Right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And we all got it, right? Like we all, the playing field is equal, right? So we all
much so.
The thing too is that I hate that, like you said, people just parrot what other people say.
Dead ass, because like it comes to a point where like now you're not even looking into an opinion, you're just repeating it. Like when people say Frieza's their favorite character, or when they say, Yusuke black, black, he ain't had no daddy, his mama drinker, he black. You know what I'm saying? That shit. Once again, you are under spells. Like that's fucking stupid. I try not to get in my feelings about it, but it's like that's the type of shit that niggas is using to actively stereotype us, though. No. And it's like, I know, far be for me to make a complaint while I'm fucking dressed like Debo and shit, but like, you know what I'm saying?
No, this is big facts, though.
And I think that now more than ever is the time for like those opinions that make people think. So you are doing a service, bro, for sure. Yeah, and I think that you should keep doing that shit.
Just want people to think.
Badass. And I think in that case, my next question would have to be, who is someone that you would like to work with that you haven't worked with yet in your field?
Who would I really want to work with? I don't know. If the people who I would want to work with, I want to work with, only one I can think of is Jeff Keighley, so I could fucking be a host on the Game Awards. that's what I want to work with. I want to work with him on some summer game fest, you know what I'm saying, situations. That's what I kind of want to get involved with.
Oh, Jeff Keighley, hit us up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can do this up at the Game Awards. We'll do we'll do the after party. Son, like me and son, we can do the after party. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Facts. Let's turn up for the Summer Game Fest a little bit. You know what I mean? He already out here in my city, so we can do something.
Hey,
that's what I want to fuck with.
Call Big Ron. Call Big Ron. You know what it is? You in the city, check in, tap in with the boy.
For sure.
But yeah. But no, that's fire. Like Jeff Keighley, like that's a big name. Like for me, I would love, honestly, as much as I know that it's gonna, like, I know it's possible, it's not gonna take some work. I'd love to work with Black Girl Gamers. I know I probably, like, even if it's just like as an ally, specifically because I love their content and what they've been doing for Black people in general, honestly. Like, even though like it's very much, you know, Black women centric as it should be, I definitely I would love to work with them and help make more safe spaces for like, you know, for Black women, for like, you know, especially Black queer folks, you know, Black anybody under the spectrum, Black people, period. And I think that I would love to start with them to like really help with my advocacy, because I know that I have the passion for it, but I may not have the training for it yet. But I'd love to learn and I would love to grow with those people. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just got big dreams too, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. No, I can see that 100%. They're very approachable, they're very workable. So yeah, that's dope.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? And Big Ron that gave me the thumbs up, cool, just gave me the link.
For sure, that's workable.
But in that case, I gotta say, dang, what else? Let me think, because I know I got at least one more question up for you, and that it has to be what, like, open. This is your open letter moment right here. What is one thing? What is like one statement that you can make, like to really like if your voice was the voice that's going to solve this like media literacy problem, or to solve like these shitty hot takes that are being made by content creators in your field? What would be your open letter or your statement to just like to help with that solution? Like, what would you say to these guys?
Man, I think it would have to be, I mean, because it's tough, right? Media literacy is dumps. We're being the algorithms and oligarchs are working against us, right? They want to keep us fueled with fear and hate, literally. But if I could just say something, I think it would be something along the lines of like, we could have a better internet. Like we like, the internet could be a cool place. Like, it could have been like, we kind of are, despite the algorithms, we can control the internet, right? It could be a space where people can go and have fun and create new memories and communities with people, right? We don't have to engage with the rage baiters and the hate baiters. I think that the block button needs to be used. If you're tired of seeing something, if you're tired of a hate comment, don't like it, don't reshare it with your rebuttal, don't try and get engagement off that engagement, just block them. We have to start blocking. If really we start blocking, it will change the entire landscape of the internet. If we all just, at the very least, start blocking people. Like, if they're saying anything dumb, stupid, if they even got a blue check mark on Twitter, if they're rage baiting, if they say too many things that are factually incorrect and are being told that they are incorrect in the comment section and ignoring it, block them. If they're lying, block them. If they're all their page, you go down the page and it's just nothing but rage, block them. Gotta start blocking these people and make and heal the internet.
Yeah, no, that's fire. No, that's completely understandable. And I would like to add on to that and say, like, honestly, I think that even more so what's important is to just like blocking them is essential. And I think even more so is to not only to not engage, but to then like build a community around that lack of engagement of other people. Where it's like, oh, even don't explain shit to niggas.
Correct.
I ain't gonna lie. Because I think that's a major issue that we have, especially culturally. Like, that's the type of shit that turns AAVE into TikTok slang, right? Well, just the other day, right? Just today, right? because nigga, let me. I play Magic together. I love it. It's fun and shit. I play with my homies, right?
Yep.
But I've got white folks next to me talking about some. Oh yeah, because like I worked out a deal with someone at my table. We're playing Commander, and but I have to attack because they were at the table. And the person's talking to me like, "Oh yeah, I just got backdoored slime," and like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna put me on a circle chain." Who the fuck taught you that, son?
Right.
Circle chain? If you don't get your, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I dead ass think like I see a lot of that shit, like ignoring folks, don't explain things to motherfuckers. Like I think some people do a really good job of that, like people from the West Coast. Like when it comes to whole like whooping feet, no one's explaining what whooping feet means. If you want to find out what whooping feet means, you better know somebody from the West Coast and they'll tell your ass offline.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I dead ass feel like not split. Oh sorry.
I said we just make it way too easy.
Dead ass we do. Like you know what I'm saying? And in some cases, you just gotta let motherfuckers be stupid. Ironically, one of my white homies from middle school, shout out the homie, like honestly, it's great that he knew this phrase. Sometimes you gotta give people enough rope to hang themselves.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Nah, for real.
But sometimes that's how it gotta be, because when you try to explain things to people even if it's from a place of kindness, you gotta understand that like when people are willing to make complete asses of themselves on the internet with the minute anonymity of a profile picture, because niggas gotta stay behind that profile picture. If a nigga if niggas got the time and feel like it, they will cross-reference your ass on LinkedIn, find out where you at, and just like that girl on TikTok, pull up to your plate, talk about why you talking crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
As they should. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and so I think that like a lot of times the fact that people are willing to put themselves at risk that much clearly means they want more. Because ain't no way you know how to operate some shit that could be used that could be used by NASA in the 80s to run an entire operation.
Right.
But you out here telling me 1350 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there ain't no way that there's like that or there's that severe of a lack of brain cells in you, bro. Like you gotta be trolling. And if you want to ha he so bad, ha he your ass off my page. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Gotta start gatekeeping. We gotta start blocking, bro, immediately. Creators, viewers, like everybody gotta start blocking. Just get it off your page. Yeah, I think that's a major part of the change. But anything, man, I have to say that it has been a pleasure having you on, bro. I think the best part of the conversation has sort of been your insight on your hot takes, because as much as I enjoy your hot takes, like there's always been a part of me that's been like, yeah, man, I don't know if does he really mean that? Like, is he really gonna get these people to listen? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm watching some of your stuff, and like for
the
sure.
fact that you always approach it from like a let's see what they're talking about, and then you break it down, and then you show people how hollow it is, or how much weight they have to it. I think that's why I love about your content the most, because it is very much like. It's very much like, it's like how parents treat their kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, okay, you think the sky is orange? Let's talk about this. Here's how really scattering works, and boom, 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 boom. Sky is actually blue. And then if they still think the sky is orange, time out. Hit the block button. You know what I'm saying? So I highly respect the way you move and the way you operate like that, man. And honestly, I like keep up the great work. And if you're ever looking to collab some more, man, I'd love to have you on, bro.
Let's make that happen, gang. Let's make that happen.
For sure. In that case, man, shout out to everybody who was on. Shout out to the homie KJ. Shout out to all the lurkers. And shout out to everybody who's coming through. I know it's a little bit of a short episode, but like honestly, you don't drop enough knowledge for a couple episodes, man. I'm definitely going to have you on for some real shit. We don't have to do like a tier list or something, bro. But if anything, from me to you, as I always say, peace, love, and honestly, fuck the trolls, nigga. Fuck the trolls, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, block them niggas. If they are doing that much stress to you, block these niggas. And if there's any more trouble after that, Call the links. We got you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We call a Big Ron real quick. You know what I'm saying? He got weight in his city. He'll get that movie.
Nah, let's get it.
Yeah, but main thing, thank y'all so much for coming on. And from the Cuban links to the public, peace. I'm gonna run that.